Good morning, everyone. We are from Group SE2206I, and today we'll be representing our CRG650 movie review. The movie we chosen is The Devil Wears Prada, a film that explores workplace ethic, power, and perception. Here are our group members: RAZIQ, MAISARAH, IZNI, SYAMIMI, ALYAA, UMAIRAH, and myself, QAYYUM. Each of us will be covering different sections of this review, focusing on the ethical issue and lessons shown in the movie. Let's move on to the next part, which is the movie overview. The Devil Wears Prada was directed by David Frankel and features Meryl Streep, Anne Hathaway, and Emily Blunt. It's a drama comedy released in 2006 that highlights the struggle of maintaining value in demanding workplace. We chose this movie because it reflects real ethical challenges faced in professional life, like balancing ambition and personal moral, dealing with pressure from authority, and staying true to yourself even in difficult situations. Let's move on to the synopsis of this movie. The movie The Devil Wears Prada tells the story of Andy Sash, a young journalism graduate who gets an assistant job under Miranda Priestley, the powerful editor of Runway magazine. Even though Andy has knowledge or interest in fashion, she sees it as a great opportunity to build a career. But soon, she discovers the reality behind the glamorous world: constant pressure, endless demand, and harsh criticism. What seems like a dream job quickly turned into a real test of her passion and ethic. As time goes by and they start adapting to the fashion world, she improved her style, worked harder, and even gained Miranda's trust. However, with success came sacrifice. Andy began to lose her true self and her relationship with the people who care about her. The turning point happens during Paris Fashion Week, when she sees Miranda betray her loyal employee just to protect her own power. This moment makes Andy question her own choice and realize the high cost of ambition. In the end, Andy decides to walk away from Runway magazine to stay true to her value. She chose a simpler but meaningful path. Pursuing real journalism, this movie closes with Miranda silently acknowledge Andy's growth and independence. Andy walked away confident and free, showing that true success isn't about fame or power, but about staying true to who you are.
Hi, my name is ALYAA UMAIRAH. Today, I will be presenting about two main stakeholders from The Devil Wears Prada, Miranda Priestley and Andrea Sachs. Each of them holds different stakes that drive the story and reflect real-world challenges in the workplace. I will explain two key stakes for each stakeholder, focusing on their interests, impacts, and responsibilities. The first stakeholder is Miranda Priestley, the powerful editor-in-chief of Runway magazine. She represents leadership, authority, and control in the fashion industry. Miranda's first stake is her reputation and authority. Her image defines the success of Runway. Every issue of the magazine reflects her standards of perfection, and any mistakes by her team could damage her reputation and weaken her influence. Maintaining her professional image is crucial because it represents both her career and also her personal pride. Her second stake is holding professional standards and ensuring the magazine's success. Miranda is responsible for keeping Runway at the top of the fashion world. She demands excellence, precision, and creativity from her staff to protect the brand's prestige. Although her leadership style seems harsh, it ensures the magazine's continued success and pushes her team to perform their best. Overall, Miranda's stakes revolve around maintaining her power, reputation, and the success of Runway magazine. The second stakeholder is Andrea, or Andy Sachs, who starts as Miranda's assistant. She is a young journalism graduate entering the demanding world of fashion. Andy's first stake is her career development and personal growth. Working under Miranda gives her valuable experience that helps her become more professional, confident, and adaptable. Although the environment is tough, it challenges her to grow and prepares her for future career opportunities. Her second stake is finding balance between her career and personal life. As Andy becomes more focused on her job, she begins to lose connection with her friends, family, and even her true self. This conflict teaches her that success should not come at the cost of happiness or integrity. Eventually, she realized that staying true to her value is more important than fitting into an image of success. Through Andy's journey, we see how ambition and personal growth must be balanced with authenticity and self-respect.
My name is SYAMIMI and I will be presenting about the ethical dilemma of the heroines and villains of Devil Wears Prada. The heroine of this movie is Andy Saj. Andy is a fresh graduate with dreams of becoming a serious journalist, but she accepts a job as an assistant to Miranda Priestley at Runway magazine, even though she has no interest in fashion. Soon, Andy faces a huge dilemma whether to sacrifice her personal values and relationship to succeed in her career, or to stay true to herself and walk away from a toxic work culture. If she follows Miranda's path, she gains fame, money, and connections, but she loses her integrity and personal happiness. On the other hand, if she quits, she loses her job, but regains her self-respect and freedom. Finally, Andy chooses to leave Runway, proving that success without ethics is meaningless. Her decision highlights the importance of staying authentic even when pressured by power and ambition. Next, let's look at Miranda Priestley, the villains of The Devil Wears Prada. Miranda is the editor-in-chief of Runway magazine, a powerful and fierce figure in the fashion industry. Her ethical dilemma centers on leadership and morality. She believes that success justifies any behavior, including manipulation, humiliation, and exploiting her staff, as long as the magazine remains number one. Miranda must decide between being a compassionate leader or maintaining her power through fear and control. If she chooses empathy, she might risk her reputation for perfection. If she continues her strict methods, she keeps her success, but loses the respect and loyalty of her team. In the end, Miranda chooses power and image over ethics, showing that leadership put on fear may achieve results, but at the cost of humanity and integrity.
Hi everyone, I will continue the presentation with the teleological villain in this movie, which is I will talk a lot about the Miranda Priestley. Okay, first of all, the word teleology actually comes from Greek word telos, which means end, purpose or goal. This concept focuses on the outcome of an action, meaning an action is judged as good or bad based on the result it produced, not necessarily how it was done. So in teleological view, if the end result is successful or beneficial, then the action can be seen as justified, even if it is involve harsh or unethical behavior along the way. Now let's look how this applies to Miranda Priestley. First, we have consequences-based morality. Miranda constantly pushed her employee to their absolute limits, demanding perfection and allowing no excuses. From a normal moral view, this seems cruel or inhuman, but under the teleological perspective, her behavior is acceptable because it leads to high-quality work and help maintain Runway magazine top reputation. The end result is success, made the means since justified. Second, self-interest and purpose. Miranda prioritized her personal ambition and the magazine's image above everything else. She doesn't apologize for being self-centered because her goal aligns with the Runway excellence. In the teleological term, her personal gain and the company's success are interconnected. So as long as the outcome benefits Runway, her self-interest is considered reasonable and even necessary for continued success. Finally, we have post-event judgment. Miranda's morality is never judged in the moment. Instead, it's evaluated after the result appears. Her decision may seem cold or unethical at first, but once the success is achieved, people recognize her method as effective rather than cruel. This shows that in teleology, what matters most is what happened after. The post-event result is defined whether an action is right or wrong. In conclusion, Miranda Priestley fits perfectly as a teleological villain. Her reactions are not driven by kindness or empathy, but by achieving excellence and success at all costs.
Hi, my name is IZNI and I'll be analyzing The Devil Wears Prada through the deontological perspective, focusing on the heroine and RAZIQ. So what exactly does deontological mean? The word comes from the Greek term deon, which means duty or obligation. This ethical theory introduced by Immanuel Kant emphasized that an action is moral only when it is done out of duty, not because of what we can gain from it. In simpler terms, what matters most is doing the right thing because it is right, not because it benefits us. Throughout the movie, Andy faced a constant inner conflict between doing what is right and doing what will advance her career. At the start, we see her obeying Miranda's every command, even the unethical ones. She lies, manipulates, and sacrifices honesty just to keep her job. From a deontological viewpoint, this is considered immoral because Andy abandons her moral duty to be truthful and fair, choosing ambition over integrity. Then, during the Paris trip, Andy takes the opportunity that was originally meant for Emily. Here, she once again fails her moral duty by using Emily as a means to achieve her own success. Andy violates Kant's principle that people should never be treated merely as tools to reach personal goals, but as individuals with their own worth. But later in Paris, everything changes. Andy finally realizes how much she's lost herself in the process. She decides to walk away from the trip. But later in Paris, everything changes. Andy finally realizes how much she lost herself in the process. She decides to walk away from the fame, the glamour, and from Miranda's world. This is the turning point where she rediscovers her values and fulfills her true moral duty. From a deontological lens, this act shows genuine moral worth because she chose integrity and honesty over ambition and personal gain. Through these moments, we can see Andy's ethical transformation, which is from blindly following success to standing firm on what is morally right. It perfectly captures Kant's idea that morality is not about the outcome, but about the intention behind our actions. That's all from me. Thank you.
If I were in Miranda Priestley's position, I would choose to lead differently. Instead of pushing my employee through fear, I would inspire them through encouragement and recognition. I believe that respect and understanding create a better result than intimidation ever could. By applying the golden rule, treat others as you wish to be treated, I would balance high expectation with empathy. This way, the workplace would not just focus on success, but also on the well-being and motivation of everyone involved.
In reflecting on The Devil Wears Prada, it can be seen that Miranda Priestley represents a leader who values perfection and success above empathy and compassion. Her leadership style focuses on results and performance over neglecting the emotional well-being of her subordinates. This highlights how ambition, when left unchecked, can lead to ethical compromises. From an ethical standpoint, Miranda's actions reflect a teleological approach where decisions are justified by their outcome or achievements. In contrast, the main character, Annie Sachs, portrayed by Anne Hathaway, demonstrates a deontological perspective as she gradually learns to make decisions based on her personal values and moral duty rather than professional gain. Her decision to walk away from toxic work environment at the end of the film reflects integrity and respect for herself, showing that doing what is morally right is more important than achieving success through unethical means. Applying the golden rule, treat others as you wish to be treated, the film reminds us that leadership should be guided by empathy, respect, and fairness. Overall, The Devil Wears Prada teaches important lessons about professionalism, integrity, and balance. It reminds us that true success is not defined only by power or recognition, but by how one treats others along the way. The movie also encourages ethical leadership so that values both ambition and humanity, showing that empathy can coexist with excellence.
That's all from our group. Thank you.